Hey, hi, and hello. What's up? What is up, guys, gals, and non binary pals? My name is Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellanea. It is Saturday night live time. I hope you're doing well. And I am excited to kit something up tonight. That is what I'm going to be working on while we're sitting here getting together on things. I have some questions for the group and maybe some advice I'm seeking. We'll see how that goes, but I will get into what I am kitting up here, and then I'm going to tell you hello to those who are already in chat. So it is time. Yes, I do have 5 whips currently. Normally, I would keep the number 5 whips, but I really wanted to work on something color blocky and square. So this is what I have come up with. Now you can't see what's underneath here. So let me keep that all kind of covered up. Cover it up. And this is what I decided to work on and, eventually, and get kit up. I have decided to kit up Gamer Girl from Jaded Gem Shop by Medusa Dollmaker. And this is the pixel charted or hand rendered version of Gamer Girl. And I'm very excited. This one has tons of specials. It's got all of the Nintendo references that you could ever need. And I love it so much. So this one I need to work on. I've been like almost dreaming about working on this kit since I got it after my birthday. And yeah, it's time. It's time. This one is a 60 by 90 in square. It has crystals. It has glimmers, which are dust drills. It has metallics. It has lumos. Everything that you would need to make it look special, it is. I do have an unboxing of this kit if you want to see it, along with 2 others. It's under like a Jaded Gem Shop haul video that I did, if you want to see it. And if you search on my actual channel and look up gamer, it should come right up because it's the only gamer kit that I have. So very, very excited. That being said, I'm going to keep these stickers tucked away here, and I'm going to start getting to work on these bags, getting them cut up and separated. Thankfully, these are not like the non-hand rendered kits where you get a million bags of a million bags of a million bags. No, everything is kind of together. And well, it still kind of looks like I've got a million bags of a million bags. We'll see how it goes. So I want to get everything, separated and put into order, things like that, because they are definitely not in order. And then get that going. So let me go ahead and say hello to everybody who is already in the chat, going backwards. Let's see. Hello, Tabitha, Vicky. Hello, Divine and Shiro. Hello, Gary. Hello, Kath. Hi, Lexi. Hello, Ashlyn and Courtney. Hello to Shannon. Hi, Brenda and Jen. Shiro says, one of my friends is opening a salon next week, so she let me come in for a free facial today. Ooh, got me looking like a glazed donut. Uh-oh. Yuck. Hello, Peggy and Marianne. So do let me know in the chat what's on your table. What are you working on? Are you kitting something up? Maybe you're working on something different, which I will have an announcement about a little bit later. Hi, Keats. So yes, I decided I wanted to work on Gamer Girl and the render. She looks fantastico. I love it. I'm very excited about it. All of the metallics that you're going to see in here, the lumos you're going to see in some of these stars, like it's going to look excellent. And I cannot wait. Hello, Stacy. That looks similar to the number of bags I got for the one I finished from yeah. So all of my other hand rendered kits from Jaded Gem Shop, they are like, they're all in order, like in DMC order, and they're all very organized and they're in normal size bags. I haven't had one look like this for a hand rendered kit in a minute. So yeah, we're just going to start getting them into order and, whatever. We're going to deal with our millions of bags of millions of bags. We'll see how it goes. So let's see. Hello, Glory. Got my first Picmondu kit this week, liking the canvas. So little story about Picmondu. The reason that you're going to love that particular canvas is it's the same manufacturer as Jade's old manufacturer. Picmondu is. So you're going to like the grid. The grid's going to be nice and tight. The drills are going to be good. Like if you look at these drills, they probably look just like your Picmondus. That's because it's the same manufacturer, and the grid is nice and tight on a Picmondu. You're going to like it. It's going to be good. Kath is working on Talk to the Snakes. Jen's working on the last row of Color of Fear. Very excited to see the finish on that one. Presently working on Time to Play by Kayomi and eyeing my coloring books. So Divine, speaking of coloring books, and Sujin is not in here right now. When she jumps in maybe later, or she isn't and she hasn't said anything yet. In the Discord, coming up next weekend and possibly weekends up until Josh's event in the Discord, Sujin wanted to kind of do a craft corner get together on Saturdays where people would work on active things. Specifically, she was thinking at least this upcoming weekend of working on coloring books. So those of you who maybe are a little burnt out on diamond painting and you need a little bit of a break from diamond painting and you're in the Discord, get out some coloring books and color with Sujin coming up this next Saturday. And you're going to start to see areas opening up in Discord for that specifically. If you guys want to get together on general chat, maybe on like Friday or Sunday, I'm not sure which day, but one of the days, Friday or Sunday, getting together on general chat and talking about coloring books instead of DP for a while. So yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. And I love the idea of doing a coloring book. I may or may not join in a little bit. I don't know if I even have any coloring books. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But how do I know you so well? Because Gary, it ain't that hard to figure you out. Working on Mineralis by Emily Jarish, says Shannon. Might have to join Discord again now. Do it. Yeah. Do some fun, some fun coloring stuff. Why the heck not? Okay, so first thing that I usually do when I'm kitting up is I will separate things into piles of, like numbers, right? So I will, I don't know. I don't necessarily put them in a good order, but I sort of separate them by numbers. This particular bin is my 100s to 800s, and then this one is my 900s and 3000s. So I put them in some semblance of order that way. But like, look I just came up with 2 baggies of the same number, but they're different sizes. That's the only thing I don't like about the older Jaded Gem shops. Kind of a butt pain. I don't want to separate them because then I'll just have a bigger mess than I already do. But we're going to put our 100 to 800 in here, and then our 900s and 3000s in here. And then our specials, we're going to put in there. Yeah, that's the plan. You can print out free coloring pages from some artists if you have a printer. I do not, unfortunately. Still on Mamba, says Lori. We'll be finishing by Wednesday or Thursday. Ooh, it's so vivid. Love it. Good. Hi, Sujin. We were just talking about your plan to do a coloring book or coloring crafts and some other crafts weekends. And then I was talking about how you'd be getting together in the general chat Friday or Sunday, I'm assuming, because you're probably not going to be getting in there for, I mean, maybe you were planning to do that Saturday. I don't care. It's fine. Whichever you decide. But it sounds like a lot of people are in for this coloring and or other crafts idea, a little craft corner. Because, it's summer. People are starting to get burnt out on projects, and I can see why. it's a, you know, it's a long year. Shannon says, I have a coloring book, but haven't touched it in ages. Well, you'll have to touch it. So yeah, color with Sue Jin. I love it. Love, love, love it. Color some pictures, pictures, pictures. These, look at these Lumos, you guys. These are so fun. They're like a frosted, but they actually have like, they actually have facets on them for one, and they glow in the dark, but they look like a frosted drill, but with facets. I like them. I like them. Look at all these glimmers. Oh my gosh. We'll just put those to the side for now. Crystals and metallics. So many crystals and metallics in there. We're into it. But yeah, it was time for me to kit up Gamer Girl from Jaded Gem Shop. I was dying to work on it. It was definitely time. They're like frosted, but better. Yes. Divine says, I'm going to color with Sujin. Booyah. Haven't gotten into my coloring book since rehab. Sounds like it's time, Shiro. Sounds like it is time. And if there's something specific, a little mini event or that sort of thing in Discord that you want to run, let me know. It can be diamond painting or not diamond painting related, as long as, you know, it's craft related. I don't have a problem with it. Anything where I don't have to organize it, perfect. I love that there's event things happening where other people are taking charge of it and keeping the Discord active, because, you know, an active community is how we stay together as a community, support each other, all that fun stuff. I mean, we've even got a little group of you now that do like 3D printing. Let's see. There we go. So many little bags. So many little bags. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, all this 3371. Ooh. All right. I do like that they stack nicely though. That's something. But oh my gosh, the amount of baggies. Woof. Look at that. That's crazy. Tried my first DP, then because coloring was starting to hurt my hand. Oh, Tigger. Hello, Tigger. I know, Divine, the amount of teeny little bags is redonkulous. Absolutely redonkulous. All right. So I'm going to try and get these separated now by number. Holy crackers, man. 1.5 million bags later. Good Lord. It's like part of me goes like, do I cut them up or just keep them all together like this and try and like finagle them into the container? I don't even know. See, these are two of the same color, but like itty bitty baggy, big bag. Goodness. Teeny tiny bag of 792. Now watch. I'm going to end up with a giant bag of 792, I bet. 7.5. Look at. Okay, look at. Look at it. Look at that. Nuh-uh. You get these teeny tiny bags, right? Normal size bags. That I will not miss. I think Jade was switching to a different drill manufacturer. I'm not certain, because she wanted to work on getting some more custom colors. And I will tell you what, man, I would not miss this if this is no longer a thing with the new manufacturer, but I haven't tried anything from the new manufacturer. So goodness. Okay. Almost there. I have to wonder about the logic of that manufacturer. I know, right? Oh, pain in the booty. I know she's just supposed to look like Amuga, but the girl in his canvas always brings Megara from Hercules to mind. Yeah. So Medusa Dollmaker definitely uses Mucha as inspiration. And I do love that. I definitely love that. But yes, this one is giving Meg, although this one is based off of a specific Mucha, and I can't remember which one. But it almost looks exactly the same, except for the fact that obviously she's playing like a handheld gaming system. Don't ask me to try and remember which exact one it was, though. Oh, here's our big bag of 792 I said was going to show up. There it is. A 436, a big one, and a little one. Like, why can't you just get a bigger bag at that point? Like, oh, wrong one. There we go. Goodness. Hello, Manny Kowalski. This is the worst part of Jaded Gem Shop. Yes, I would agree. I would definitely agree. It's just a lot to deal with. And then I put them in order. 318. Like, see, I have 352, and here's 3 tiny bags. Why couldn't you put these 3 tiny bags in one normal size bag? Like, why? Why? I don't understand. Okay. 3 big bags of 317. 1 teeny bag of 317. Couldn't fit it in between these 3 bags? I guess not. You're like, geez, man. It's such a pain. Such a pain. All right. 315. 317 and 18, 352. And then see if I put them in there, they're going to like start accordioning out or split them evenly. Right. Kind of looks like the, yeah, that could be Job. The Job girl. Yes, that very well could be what it is. That could be what it is. Oh, 353. Uh-oh. Did I just drop for a second? I hope I didn't. But if I drop for a second, let me know. That was weird. Nope, it wasn't you. It wasn't just you. Okay. I noticed it too. It was very weird. Okay. Am I still frozen? Or am I fine? That's so weird. I don't have anything open. Here, I'm going to close Discord just in case. I've literally got one tab open and it's this, but I'm good. Okay, perfect. Sorry. I don't know what that was about. That was weird. That was bizarre. See, I better not be shading Jaded Gem Shop. She's coming for me. Jade's coming for me. No, I think she knew this was a problem. Probably heard it from a lot of people that this is annoying. I don't think I'm the first one to bring it up. If I am, that would be really surprising. All right, let's see. Happened twice. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It's bizarre. Sorry. Don't know what happened. Okay. So I decided to kit this up because, like I said, I wanted to work on something a little bit more color blocky. I've got a lot of confetti things happening in the background right now. And so wanted something that I was going to be able to kind of breeze through a little bit because I've got a lot of finishes recently. I've got a lot of finishes, but then I ended up stuck on a bunch of my really confetti heavy stuff. So trying to even that out a little bit. Trying to even that out. All right, let's see here. 754. Oh, my Lord. Okay. Almost done with the 100 through 800. Okay. So I have some notes and things for stuff that I want to cover. This is where my polling questions were going to come into play. I have some things recorded and I also have some notes down about things that people might want to know regarding enhancements. So can you let me know in the comments, is there something specific about enhancements and like working enhancements into your kits that you would want to know that I should add to the video? Or conversely, I can make a second video and do enhancements in a second video, like as secondary questions or things like that. So let me know in the comments, because I'm going to do a tutorial on enhancements. What specifically would you like to know about enhancements? Hello, show. Do tell. Enhancements for babies. Yes, kind of that. It is kind of that. Oh man, all this 3371. $30.41. Yeah, if there's something specific you think you'd want to know about, let me know. Enhancements for crazies. I do talk a little bit about enhancements for crazies in the video that I already created. I don't like throw anybody specific under the bus, but I definitely talk about what I think is a little crazy with enhancements. Best use for each. I do cover that. I do have that covered in there. Good. Like where you'd see some of those things and they would look maybe the best. Yes, I have. Oops, I got a section on that. $33. Woof, man. All these little teeny bags. It's a lot. Tis a lot. There we go. Oh, man. All of these bags. Types of drills. Yep, I got types of drills down. Picking different shades if you don't have an exact DMC match. I kind of talk about that, but I will make a note to maybe go into a little more detail on that. Picking different shades. If different from DMC. Knowing where to put crystal enhancements without making it look weird. Okay. Types of drills. Let's see. How to navigate. I actually am I'm re-recording because I didn't realize that when you like search something and open a new tab, the screen recorder that I was using didn't switch to the next like tab with, yeah. So I'm re-recording some of that, but yes, I am actually kind of giving a bit of a tutorial on how to use the DP with Sparklers website. That is on there too. How to decide what the best swap is. Sometimes decide for DMC isn't the best swap. Okay, I see what you're saying. Like why you might put a crystal here instead of a fairy dust, or why you might put a sparkler here instead of a crystal. What to do when the specials do not have a DMC. Okay. Because like the sparklers definitely do not. And that's where I think like picking shades, if it's different from the DMC, is handy. Oh, I should probably bring up that website for the DMC like match thing that you can use, where it'll tell you like, okay, I'm looking for something that'll match 605, and it'll find like the next best like shade picker or whatever. Yeah, bubbles don't. Noelle. Hey, Noelle. Gamer room about to be the bee's knees. Yes. Some do nots. Okay. I have a few on my tablet, and the keyboard sucks. Dude, I get you. Like ABs in the skin. Bro. Yeah. Yes, indeed. ABs in the skin, don't do it. In fact, specials generally in the skin, maybe a fairy dust like for like a blush highlight or something is fine. But like when you start full on blinging skin, I start worrying about people and their sanity. Like maybe you should talk to a friend about your poor life choices. Using enhancements in my kit now, and I'm liking it. Yeah. How it works with using round drills on square canvases. I do talk about that a little bit, Vicky, Tabitha. But maybe I'll go into a little more detail. Okay, trying to write, and my handwriting is like not good. Okay, there we go. Fairy dust can look good. Yeah, if it blends, fairy dust is okay. But then like sometimes before it's too late, I think some people don't realize what a mistake it is. It's like, ooh, yeah, maybe you should not have done that. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness. God, I hate these little bags. I hate them so much. All right. Sometimes they're just not stay. 41, 42, 47, 64. Hello, Alice. Boggles your brain. Yeah, and I think that a lot of times people are intimidated by specials just because they don't know where to start. I think that's where a lot of people become intimidated and boggle their brains with specials, because they just don't know where to begin. Like, how do I even begin this process? And like the last thing I ever thought I'd be doing is making a video on like how to enhance a canvas, because it's not something that I consider to be like my specific specialty or anything. But y'all asked, so I figured I'd do my best. Would you replace the AB in the skin tone with the same DMC color? Yes, I absolutely would, Manny. If someone had charted in an AB in the skin tone, I would go and find a matching DMC and just sub it out completely. Can I tell you what my least favorite AB color is? And this is going to sound weird. I absolutely loathe the 550 AB, because oftentimes what will happen, or even that and a 310, because it doesn't look like black anymore. It looks like a bug wing or something. And then 550, same scenario. Like you need it as the low light of something, and they put in a 550 AB, and now suddenly it is no longer the darkest. Like if there were an AB on here, and let's say that this darkest color of outline for her arm and fingers and whatever was an AB, like, okay, sure, that could look good if it was like I don't know, maybe a white, right? Like you were really highlighting the fact that you were outlining. But then when you start to make that dark color into something it isn't, it's no longer a dark color. Then you're just making, I don't know, rainbows. Thing that pissed me off about the tiny bags from JGS was they like didn't fit nicely in the bottles. It would either look too empty or overflow. Yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel that. All of this is 33. It is. Okay. All of this is 3371. So, my goodness. We're just going to cut out a few of them, and we're going to save these in another spot where I put my spare drills, because obviously I'm not going to be dumping all of these bags into one thing. So for now, those will go over there. Okay, 33s. Okay, that's all of those. 3350. Yeah, they're a lot. They're a lot to handle. The dark color fairy dust drills are actually lighter. Yes. Okay. So a perfect example of that, depending on the company, because I have found some fairy dust 310s that look like black glitter. Whereas this one in particular, where are you? Here it is. This is a fairy dust 310, and it did end up working on the canvas that I used it on, but it's not black. This is a fairy dust 310, and it actually reads kind of like a blue green, but look at, that's not black anymore. It's not black at all. So if I was using this as an outline on skin or whatever as the low lightest color, right? What am I doing? It's not black. So it really starts to mess up some of those gradients when you're going from dark to light. So yeah, definitely. It makes a difference. And I hate using AB 310, AB 550, like AB on dark. It just doesn't tend to work. I've subbed 310 specials in for other colors that weren't black. Yeah, it's like silver. Right. It's pretty, very pretty. I've only enhanced one kit and used DP with Sparkler suggestions. Otherwise, I haven't a clue how to do enhancements. Well, hopefully, when I put out my video, it will help you to kind of learn how to do it on your own and how to pick things on your own. I had dark ABs in my Achilles piece, but they were dark green and some leaves, so it's okay. Right. Catching the light is a little different. When would you use them? When would you use the fairy dusts? Those fairy dusts? Well, if a company is not necessarily doing their own rendering and it's the manufacturer that's just sort of throwing some things in, which happens sometimes, honestly, nowhere, right? I wouldn't in those cases if it's just being thrown in willy-nilly just to have a special. But oftentimes it's supposed to be a low light situation or a highlight situation. And in those cases, it's not at all. The black ABs, yeah, often it's because a company didn't do their own hand rendering of those specials in there themselves. They used let the manufacturer take care of it for them. And yeah, wrong move in my opinion. 713, 22. 26, 33, 26. Good Lord. What a mess. Here we go. 33, 43. Whoop, no, 40. Putting these in order is a pain in the butt. I have their suggestions for Surreal Blues, but haven't started it yet. Yeah, and like, I like to sometimes go on to their enhancement suggestions and then pick the ones that I think that I'm gonna like, and then edit out the ones that I don't. Because some of them, they'll put 37 specials on it. It's like, yeah, you sold that, but is it gonna look great to me? I don't know. I don't know. I did the black by Lori Prindle and replaced all the 310s for 310 fairy dust. The horse looks like it's made out of aged silver. Yeah, see, something like that is really cool. Or you could use that black dust drill. You could use this in place of like a brushed silver or a brushed like on maybe armor or weapons or, you know, that sort of thing. Jewelry. This could be jewelry or some sort of armor or like it's almost a metallic without being metallic, you know? And I like that about it. Six, 3. All right, there we go. Oh man, okay. Stay. 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, 1. Whew. There's a lot. Okay. Okay. There we go. There we go. Almost there. Almost there. 62. 63. 64. All right, we did it. Got them all organized. Woo, that took a minute. Hi, Allison. Gary says, I buy them separately anyway since discounts don't work on the kits. Right. I'd be very interested to see the video. As being in UK, I don't really have access to pre-made selections. I have to buy the colors individually. Yes. Yeah. And I tend to save all of my specials from like old kits. So I end up with a lot of specials just from finishing kits. Like these are all leftovers from various kits. And sometimes a little bit goes a long way. You don't necessarily need to like replace everything in a section with specials. Okay. Those down there. Now, got to do my specials for this kit. So any other questions that you can think of that, you know, things that you'd like to see in that enhancements video, let me know. Something that you've been dying to know that you haven't had answered for you yet. Do let me know. Oh, I got so confused because the Lumos says TL3823, right? And there is a 3823 in here, a crystal. So like the crystal 3823 is this, and you can see it looks like a normal kind of crystal, very, very shiny, what have you. And then the Lumos is a TL3823, same color, just looks frosted. Threw me off so hard when I was trying to get the specials like into their, like looking to see where they were on the canvas. I was like, what in the actual fresh hell did I just do? Could not find what I was looking for. But it's got, okay, look at this. All these bags of large size glimmer And then I get 2 little mini stupid bags. Why? Why? I don't know. Okay. They do. They glow in the dark. What are you working on now? I came late. I am kitting up Gamer Girl by Medusa Dollmaker from Jaded Gem Shop. I'll get you a picture here. Is this one. I'm going to kit this one up, and it is the hand-rendered pixel charted. She calls them pixel charted. And if it looks like a Muka, it is supposed to. That's on purpose. Medusa Dollmaker does that on purpose. Hello, Carla. Yes, they glow in the dark. Now, I don't think I have I don't have a flashlight down here to do the kind of charge up or whatever, but oh, it's like really hard to see. But do you see? They're glowing. Charge them up a little better. See if I can get them charged up well enough that you can see them. Okay. Can you see them? Can you see them? Oh, hold on. Turn off this light right here. And I'm going to move this light out of the way. And then let's try again. I bet you can see them. There they are. See them? The Lumos glow in the dark. Really cool stuff. Really, really cool stuff. And they look like a crystal. They're faceted like a crystal. They're frosty, like the frosted drills, which I think is really nice, except they have the facets, and they're really beautiful. I like them a lot. I like those a lot. Very excited to have those in this kit. All right, let's see here. We're also going to, we'll go 4. I'm going to go ahead and just do this many of this glimmer, since I'm probably not going to put all of these into storage. So we'll save these ones with the other extras. Jade's new Lumos drills look different from the new manufacturer. Oh, thank you, Shannon. They look a little more like a jelly drill. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Well, I like these ones. I wish she was still doing those. Well, what can you do? Can't wait to see those, though. And see what those look like from the new place. All right, let's see here. 740, this. Like, see, why? I'm not going to miss that. Definitely not going to miss that. Metallics. And our, I'm going to put these in the front so they don't get mixed up for now. 444, 436, 742, and 3823. All right, boom. Whew, we got our drills separated. That took a minute. That took about 45 minutes. Okay, if you're just joining, please let me know what you got on your table. What are you working on? What do you got happening? I think I'm going to put these into a Craftmates. Now, the reason being is that the regular colors will fit in the 56 slots that I have. And then my specials, what I'm going to do with those is I tend to put those in Elizabeth Ward containers, and then I save them to the side in like one of these little bins, just the specials. So should work out well. I've got my stickers here, but Jaded Gem Shop's old manufacturer, at least, has some of the stickiest frickin' glue on the backs of the stickers in the whole world. So I always put washi tape on my containers, because otherwise you end up with so much residue from the stickers. So be aware, if you're pulling out a Jaded Gem Shop from the old manufacturer, holy tack on the back of these stickers, man. Hi, Christopher. So yes, let me know, or let us know again, what are you working on in the chat, please? Where did I put my, there we go. It's like, where are my scissors? Oh, Christopher, I have almost everybody has chosen their Grateful Pop blank, so I can do the next round of mail. And then Vicky Tabitha got her ghost showed up at my house, so I can throw that in with her other stuff, and then I can mail you out your thing. So that should be soon, very soon, going into the mail. I was gonna just do what I usually do with this and just literally put the washi tape across and cut it, but then I was finding that the edges were starting to like roll up because they were too big. So now I'm just gonna cut them to size, I guess. It's easier. So I'm gonna cut off my finger. These are really sharp scissors. Rainbow Universe. You didn't get a notification, Angela? I'm sorry. It was, that's weird, because like this one has been scheduled for a while. So I don't know if that makes a difference or not. But first we're going to put down washi tape so that our stickers from the sticker sheet do not leave horrible residue on my containers. UFO Cats by Galaxy Rain. Ooh, Midnight Mystery by Marjorie Sarnat. Midnight Mystery, huh? I don't know if I am familiar. Is that's horses, I'm assuming? Is it horses? I'm taking a guess that it's horses, but I don't know that for sure. You're going to ask me as well. Yes. So I've almost got all of the people. There's 2 people left to pick their Grateful Pop blank, and I should be able to get everything into, you know, like the shipping boxes / bubble mailers, etc., and get people shipping quotes on the last stuff this upcoming week. I'm very excited about that, because I'm going to be honest with you, I want to get this stuff out of my house. It is a horse. Oh, okay, cool. So I would look and see who the last 2 people are, since Jen just picked hers. I've got the last 2 weeks. So week 8 and week 9 have to pick their Grateful Pop blanks, and then we are good to go. Ooh, working on Lumina. Shannon, good pick. My one of my active whips is June Blooms by Margaret. I have not worked on Lumina, but I have finished a lot of her pieces. Not all of them, because I've still got a stack in my closet that's almost to the ceiling of Margaret Morales's, but you know, I've worked on some. I've worked on enough of them so that they're not stacked to the ceiling in my closet. You know what I mean? Because I figure if I've got more than 30 Moraleses, it's definitely time to get some of those worked on, but Lumina is beautiful. Love that color palette in Lumina. Absolutely gorgeous. There we go. Aveliad. Ooh, that one is really pretty too, Ashlyn. That is a lovely piece. I also like Aveliad Autumn, I think it is. I don't know if that's the same piece, but I think it might be different. So here's a little tidbit of information that I found out. if you are in the one with the diamond arts like group on Facebook, there is a community chat on there, and someone asked about them signing Mandy Manzano. All right. And then Kathy, who owns the one with the diamond art, she said she was going to be releasing version 1 of something. Well, I can only think of one version 1 Mandy Manzano that could possibly mean. So it sounds like, and don't quote me, but you heard it here, a little T, that possibly the princess panels are going to be available at the one with the diamond art. Loving the colors, but she's huge. Oh man, and that's not even the largest one that exists, right? But Aveliad is really beautiful. Got to get her finished so I can kit up Serenity. Yes, we've got a couple people in Discord, in the Discord group that are working on Serenity, and the colors are so just like, yes, 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 yes. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Especially the top part, those colors. I'm envious. I've got June Blooms going. Hold on, I'll go grab June Blooms so you guys can see what I've got done on her. And you'll see maybe also why I needed a break from confetti, because she's got 90 colors. But this is what I got done on June Blooms so far. And she looks gorgeous, okay? The colors are beautiful, but so many of these squares, I was using like 60 colors. You know, you'd use one drill here or there of something. And I just thought like, oh, maybe it's just a lot of colors because of some of these little teeny blends where I might only use it in one little area. But no, I'll use like 2 or 3 here, 2 or 3 here, 2 or 3 here. It's like really annoying, but damn, is it really, really gorgeous. Loving it. Really, really enjoying this one. And then I don't know if I'm going to be working on another Margaret until Mary Morales. We'll see. I may pick another Margaret to work on before Mary Morales happens. For those who are not familiar, I run an event every winter, hence the MERRY in Mary, for Mary Morales. And I run a Margaret Morales inspired event with Margaret as one of the sponsors for the event. She always gives away a really beautiful prize pack for that event, including prints and stickers and all kinds of really beautiful stuff. That is in December and January, but I do tend to work on more than just my Mary Morales canvas every year because there's just so freaking many and more all the time. Can't wait to work on her. Oh yeah, it's enjoyable, but man, is it a lot of confetti. Woo! It's beating me up with all of the confetti. One with the diamond darts getting some Mandy Manzano. Yeah, nice if it happens. It will be nice if it happens. I mean, I think they've already got her signed. Mandy Manzano. Different MM than Margaret, but yeah, princess panels. It sounds like there might be princess panels at the one with the diamond dart coming soon. I can't think of what other version 1 thing that Mandy has besides those princess panels. Like Dak is doing the second version, and one with the diamond dart's going to go back and do the first. Gary only has Ajisai and Satura, but those are 2 of her best. To be fair, those are 2 of the best ones. I finished Ajisai, and that one is a gorgeous finish. Satura is my like flavor saver. Some people could call her a rainy day kit, but that's one that I'm saving for just something really, really special when I need a really special pick-me-up. That'll be the one that I work on. It probably won't be one that I work on for an event. It'll just be one that I work on just for me. She is signed. They dropped one of her Cheshire Cats. Oh, right. Yeah. One of the Cheshire Cats was dropped a couple weeks ago. Look at Shell. Knowing stuff. Song of Artemis worked up quickly. Oh, yeah, I bet. The ones that I've worked on already are Luntian, which was very fast. Dark Lilith. I've worked on Chroma. Chroma was also pretty fast because a lot of it was like little blobs of color. Even though there's lots of colors on it, it's like little blobbies of color. Down the Rabbit Hole, I've done Ajasai. Dark Lilith was another one that was pretty quick. Sleeps with Butterflies. I'm working on June Blooms. What am I missing? I think that's it. I think that's all the Margarets that I've worked on so far. But 7 is still a lot. Well, those are the ones from Diamond Art Club. I've also done Lullaby Touch, which was from DIY Moonshop when she was licensed with DIY Moonshop. And a big thank you again to Tigger for sending me that one. Oh, it's gorgeous. The finish is lovely. Ocean Eyes. Ocean Eyes is 96 colors. Now, I know Abby would know more about Ocean Eyes because she actually worked on that one. I don't remember how long it took her to do Ocean Eyes, but Ocean Eyes is 96 colors. Yeah. Didn't know that, did you? How? Exactly. All the blending. All of the blending. And, you know, like seeing a finish on Ocean Eyes, I can see how they utilized every one of those 96 colors. But yeah, she's 96 colors. It's blue, but it's green. It's like blue greens, blues, and greens. They use every bit of like blend in that watercolor, so I'm not mad at it. Oh, Onahime. I finished that one too. So 8. Onahime worked up pretty quick. I have a feeling Dragon Spirit would also work up really quickly because she's round. She's got kind of... Oh, Mizuchira. 9. I did Mizuchira. Good Lord. Yeah, I've done 9 Moraleses, I think. Maybe 10. Maybe I'll come up with it. Okay, well, 10 if you include the DIY Moonshop. And then 11 once I finish June Blooms. But there's 34 at DAC. I think it's 34. I have not done Einafel. I said Luntian first. That was the first one I counted. And the first one that I ever worked on was Ajasai. Here, hold on. Let me get my book. Let's clarify. Let's clarify. Right? Let's find out. Okay, going back. All right, first one should be Ajasai that we come across. Let's see. Ajasai. That was back in 2024. I worked on Ajasai. There's 1. Number 2 would be Down the Rabbit Hole, I'm pretty sure. Fairly certain that's the next one that'll come up. Mizuchira. Sorry, that one was technically before. Okay, so that's number 2. That's number 3. For Down the Rabbit Hole, number 4. Number 4 is Chroma. Number 5 is Sleeps with Butterflies. Number 6 is Onahime. Number 7 is Luntien. 8 is Lullaby Touch. It's hard to see the image, but there's the image of Lullaby Touch. 7, Oleander. Oleander. I forgot about that one. That one worked up very fast too because she's around. So what was I at? 7? 8. Let's see. Number 8. Dark Lilith. Water Tiger I haven't done yet. Am I counting right? 8 Dark Lilith. 9. That can't be right. Wait, hold on a minute. We're missing something here. We're missing something. How did I get 11 before? Ugh, can't count. Counting is hard. Nope, I haven't done Spring Awakening yet. But I don't know how to count, apparently. So whatever the number was. I would love to work on Spring Awakening, but I want to do some enhancements on that. And I don't know if I'm ready for all that planning. You know, Shiro, I will tell you, Noelle also did not think that she was like ready to be doing all that planning and whatever, but she found a lot of things that she wants to add into Spring Awakening and picked out lots of specials for her version. So like I said, maybe watch the video, try some things out. Don't be afraid to just try stuff. I mean, what's the worst that happens? You pick them off. It's not like cross stitch where you got to, you know, like cut out stitches or anything. You just pick them off canvas if you don't like them. June Bloom will be 10. How did I get 11 before? I don't know what I'm talking about. I must have counted one twice. I must have, right? Who knows? I don't have the list right in front of me of like all of the Moraleses. So I don't even know. Because I've had sticker sheets for all of them. I don't have cards for all of them, or I'd look at my cards. Dang it. Ah, well. So 10, maybe 11. Unless I'm like crazy. Nope, that never happened, Noelle. You're in your memories about that. That never actually happened. Yes, I did the DIY, but I counted that one. That was Lullaby Touch. I counted her. But yeah, okay. So the Labyrinth one that Noelle is talking about was technically an unlicensed kit. And I paid Margaret because it was technically stolen art. And I've never shown it on the channel because it was stolen art. I paid her for it, so it wasn't technically stolen anymore, to be fair. But it was from a company that steals her artwork and reprints it for, you know, hundreds of people, thousands maybe, who knows, because they're an unlicensed company and they do a lot of unlicensed work. So yes, technically I did do that, but I've never shown it because I didn't want to condone stealing artwork. So I thought it might have been, no, I was just miscounting because that technically would have been 12 in my counting, right? But the one that she's talking about is, I'm not going to show the business name because I don't want to condone it, but it was this piece right here. It is not the same company that did the avatars. That's Diamond Painting sparkling diamond. I don't know what that company is called, but not that company. No. Though that's bold to be taking people's AI images of themselves and then deciding to try and sell. What do you recommend for compensation? I sent her $10 via PayPal. That was how I did it and how I've done it with other artists in the past, like Christine Karen. I had stolen 2 pieces actually from Christine and didn't realize it. One was Forest Sprite and the other was Lilies and Pearls, because I still yet to have a copy of Lilies and Pearls in my hands, I should say. Noelle found me a copy of Lilies and Pearls. So I'm very excited about that, because my other one that I purchased, stolen, and didn't know it was, that one got tossed. So I'm excited to have a copy of that that's actually real, even though I compensated her for it. You accidentally blocked Shiro. I think I have to do it. How did you do it? Okay. Mel, are you pulling a Noelle over here? All right. If I start to cut out or anything, it's because I'm opening YouTube Studio. How to unblock someone on YouTube. Go to YouTube Studio. Open settings, click community. Tell her I'll have her unblocked in just a second. Community moderation. User management. Hidden users. Whoop. Okay, I've got her on hidden. You didn't block her, you just hid her. So she should be good now. You made the screams. Yeah, so Noelle put somebody in timeout for like 9,999,999 minutes. It was pretty funny. You got in trouble. Whoopsie poopsies. Yeah, we got you handled. Shiro's back again. Shiro's back. Tell a friend. Shiro's back. Shiro's back. Shiro's back. Shiro's back. Shiro's back. Da 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 da. Sorry, that was lame. Don't do that, Naomi. What was I talking about? Oh, compensation. So that's how I did it. I went to the artist and I said, hey, do you have a PayPal or another method that I can send you money? Because I have accidentally used some of your licensed artwork at an unlicensed diamond painting company. I feel horrible about it and I'd like to compensate you. I went with $10 for each piece because that's what I felt was fair. And then, yes, I did work on the piece. And do I regret working on the piece? No, because now I have it completed. But that being said, if it were to ever come up as a legal, like licensed piece, I would just purchase it again. Render looks good. It does. Got to go get a pompadour. Yeah. You're a rebel, a delinquent. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So Noelle made me remove her from moderator because she felt too responsible. She was like, I made a mistake. Yeah, you can. Oh, and then as like a fun joke, then everybody, all the other moderators started putting the other moderators into timeout so that the only one left was Sarah, and Sarah wasn't on the live stream because Sarah usually isn't on the live streams anymore. So yeah, Sarah was the only one that was not in timeout. It was a whole thing. All the moderators putting each other into timeout. It was pretty spectacular. I think they did it to make Noelle feel better about the fact that she put somebody into timeout for 9,999,999 minutes. But you know, I had to. Well, Gary, I had to go in and try and untime out. Well, and at the time, I couldn't figure out how to get someone out of timeout. So one person at least ended up in timeout for a while. It was a whole thing. It was pretty silly. Oh, if you haven't already, just a reminder, please remember to hit the like button so that you can, help a brother out. Help a brother out with the algorithm, and hit your like buttons. Smack them, bop it, twist it, pull it, whatever you do with your like button in the privacy of your own home is your own business. But I would still appreciate if you would, I don't know, interact with your like button, however you do that. Consensually. Have a consensual interaction with your like button, please. Yeah, she went for every bit of the minutes. All of the every minute she could get in the timeout. She was like, yes, here you go. You get all of them. That's like DAC, air quote, awarding. Never mind. I'm not going there. Not going there. Not going to do it. So, while I'm thinking about it, any other specific types of tutorial videos or videos that you want to see? I did get a recommendation or a request of someone who wanted to see like a placement video, like placement being like diamond placement for checkerboarding, single placing. Like, yes, they could go watch those on other people's channels, but they didn't want to go watch them on other people's channels. They wanted to watch them on my channel. So I was like, okay, that's fair. Showing people like how to multi-place, my little tips and tricks with using like both sides of the multi-placer. So I'm going to do like a diamond placement video tutorial. Anything else that you guys can think of that you want to see? Videos that you want to see? Or I don't know, post reviews that I never posted of kits that I finished that you want to see before I decide to auction off my finishes and never see them again. Be gone forever. Smack the like button around some, but only after we agree on the safe word. Yes. Cacao. Yep. I just spanked my like button. Consensually, of course. Yes, April, do it. Placement, multi-placing, single placing, enhancements, charting specials. Yeah, the enhancements one I'm working on. How to pick a diamond painting, what to do when you're overwhelmed with your stash. Oh, okay. What to do when overwhelmed with stash. Picking your next project. Okay. Okay. How to section using washi tape, sheets, or perforated plastic. Okay. Sectioning. Maybe in sectioning, it could also be like sectioning release papers, perforations, am I missing anything on that? Yeah, no, we're good there. Sectioning, release papers, perforations, and how to use cover minders using, I'll put a little like down arrow using cover minders. Okay. I could do that. I wish I had a stash to be overwhelmed with. April, it happens faster than you intend it to. I can tell you in my first year purchasing from Diamond Art Club, in my first 3 months, 4 months, 3 or 4 months, long story short, I had gotten this big bonus check from a previous job. Not my like 401k or anything, but a really big check as like my severance from that job. And I thought I was going to get another job very quickly afterward. I didn't like rush to get a job quickly afterward, but I thought I would have a job right afterward. I think I probably spent like 3 or 4 grand in my first like 4 months with Diamond Art Club and other diamond painting companies, because I think I was buying from Jade. I was buying from, at the time, Art and Soul. I was buying from a lot of companies at the time. And so, yeah, I went really shit nuts and bought everything. And like almost in some cases, it was like, oh, I love the art. So I thought that meant I was going to love diamond painting it. And some of those kits ended up launched, never to be seen again in my stash, because I didn't realize I wasn't being at all like smart about it. Like, am I really going to actually enjoy working on this piece? Didn't think about that. Just thought about liking the artwork. So yeah, becoming overwhelmed with your stash happens way faster, I feel like, than many of us intend it to. And it's usually in that first year that people go ape shit. Oh, yes. Puppies have needle teeth. It is true. Also show how to do a good washi border. Ooh, washi borders. So we could put that under sectioning too. Washi borders. I'll let you use my stash as a surrogate to be overwhelmed with. Hello, Shelby. The process of destashing. Oh, like destashing as a process, honestly. And then how to letting go, pricing, how to destash pricing. Yeah. How to destash and buy safely. So buying, selling safely. I think, honestly, I was so happy to learn about Pirate Ship because it's saved me a lot of money. Although I have found if you are not dead on accurate or like overestimating with Pirate Ship, now they're doing chargebacks. I got this random charge for $1 from UPS because I was off by a ½ inch on my measurement. Uncool, Pirate Ship, uncool. How to decide what to let go of. What to let go of. Might be a different kind of video, but talk about how to set up or run an event. Oh, like running a successful event. You know what? Listen. Okay. So here's the thing, that I want to be helpful. I want to be helpful with people on running or setting up events, right? But here's my thing. I feel like a lot of people, like, even if you can lead a horse to water, but you can't drown them in it, if that makes sense. You can't necessarily teach people organization skills that they don't have. And like, honestly, that's like people who read self-help books. They like, intentions are there. Intentions are great, but like, unless you really put in the work to be organized, unfortunately, some people can't learn. Can I also be honest with you in that not everyone is meant to be a host? Okay. There have been a couple of events, and now I don't do events. Like, I mean, I don't participate in events. One, because I never win prizes. Like, I've got shit luck, and I hate sitting around watching everybody else win over and over, and then I just don't get anything. And I don't like that. Also, I'm really bad at meeting like deadlines. So I know just participating in an event is bad. But where I was going with that, I've watched a couple of content creators or even just regular schmoes that have run events. And the way that these people that are running the events will like fly off the handle at people for missing something in the rules or not following the rules, and maybe it's like 6 or 7 people that don't follow your rules. One, maybe take a look at your rules. Maybe that's part of the problem. If the rules are hard to understand, like, you don't have to be a dick to people to get them to do what you want them to do. Like, it should be a diminishing returns, right? So like, you clarify to those people and you say, hey, I'll give you this one time to make your mistakes. And if you keep making mistakes, like, I'm sorry, I can't hold your hand through the event. But like, to talk to people in all caps or to talk down to people, to literally berate someone in one of your YouTube videos about how people did not buy from your sponsors. Like, some people just should never run events. And that's just because they just don't have hosting capabilities. Like, these people also should never host parties in their homes, because I'm sure that they're like buzzkills. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to go to a party at somebody's house that wanted to scream at me because I forgot to wipe my feet at the door or something. It's like, some people never honestly should be hosts of events. Someone put Gary in timeout for saying the no words. What no words did he say? Because I do know that there's one specific no word that he cannot type. Diamond painting faster. Diamond painting faster, that's a tough one, because there are tips and tricks for doing it faster, but like, I feel like everybody kind of goes at their pace, and whatever your pace is right for you. I don't know. Dealing with FOMO. I did cover it in a whipping chat, but I don't think I like put it in like a tutorial type video. So I can do that. I've seen a bad host and it's no fun to be. You're right. Right. Oh, doll hairs. Okay. Whoa, I didn't see that. Calm down, Gary. Calm down. My second ever event had a host with such an awful attitude about her own event. And okay, the other thing is, like, here's the thing. Events. The reason you run an event, you would think, is to include people into your event. Yes, I understand events should have rules. Obviously, if you're giving away prizes, you get to set the rules. You get to make them as hard or as soft as you want those rules to be, right? Here's the thing, though. When you are running an event in a pay-to-play type manner, meaning I'm going to run an event, right? Let's say I'm going to run an event and the artist is the focus, and I'm going to do an event around Stanley Morrison, let's pretend. And I tell the people, well, you get your name in for more prizes, the more finishes that you have from this particular artist. You can only buy them at one place. You're limited because maybe that place doesn't always have them in stock. They cost money. Okay. So then it becomes a pay to play event. All right. Why should a person who can afford more win more prizes? I'm sorry. I know that's probably a hot take. I don't care. Why should a person who can afford more prizes or afford more stuff win more free shit? It doesn't make sense to me. Sorry. The other thing, if you are going to have an event where an artist is the focal point of said event, you should be paying reverence to that artist. Everything should be run past that artist that has anything to do with copying their art or making AI resemblances of their art or whatever. Like, they should have say so in whether or not they like those things, especially if you're selling those items or a shop is selling those items. I always check in with Margaret and I say, hey, is it cool with you if there's a shop that is doing some inspired by your paintings blanks, like Grateful Pop when he does those inspired buys? or putties. The scent is going to be inspired by, it's not going to be copying the paintings, but it's inspired by. I always clear it with Margaret. If there is any kind of merch, even my banners, my logos, I clear everything with Margaret first. The reverence should be to the artist. If you're just ripping off copies of what they have and selling that shit as your own, that is as bad as stealing it. So what are you doing? Okay. Next, the big thing about events, and I know I'm ranting and I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to do it anyway. The thing about it, again, if your rules are so difficult that people can't follow them, and then you limit down what's acceptable as pieces, like, okay, when I run gods and goddesses, notice how I said you could do a landscape and that could represent Gaia. You could do a cross and that represents Jesus. You could do, it didn't have to be the god or goddess. It could be representative of one of their tools or one of their familiars or one of their whatever, their homes, their lore, whatever. The more that you make it inclusive, the more people will want to participate and can participate. Don't make it so hard that a person's got to ask you whether or not this particular type of spooky witch is okay compared to this very cutesy witch or whatever. Oh, it's not Halloween enough because it's cute. What? Come on now. Sorry, I went there. First thing, Divine says, first thing I heard the host say at my first ever live, this is why I hate diamond painting events. Wow. Wowie. It's like asking the teacher a question to distract them from the lesson. Seriously. Yeah, I don't like it. And while I am by no means the arbiter of successful events, I feel like I've done a few, right? I've had a few successful events. I just want people to have a good time. Guys, it's diamond painting. It's not that serious. It really isn't. And also, you make your rules so freaking hard. You make it really hard to understand your rules. And then you're giving away 3 prizes a week when you've got 75 to 7,000 people participating in your events. What are you doing? Why do you only have 3 sponsors that are giving prizes in that week when you have 75 people? Like, come on, contact more sponsors. It's not that difficult. And if they don't want to work with you, maybe question why that is. Why don't they want to work with you is a good question. I don't know, man. I'm just very passionate about it because I've been not in events, but involved in things where the host made it just the most unenjoyable thing. I can't even imagine. Let me get on my first live and say, this is why I hate diamond painting events. Like, bye, Felicia. So stupid. Events are usually to promote the hobby and inspire a desire to be involved. And your event, yes, should be helpful to the sponsors who are sponsoring. Now, one, you can't help a bad product. Like, that's not the fault of the host, but maybe you don't have those people back then the next time if you notice that people are not really spending with that sponsor because it makes sponsors feel bad. When, well, why is everybody spending at this Turner and not this Turner or whatever? It can create some hard feelings, right? But, you know, the other thing is like the whole qualification for participation should be the like want to do so. It shouldn't be a pay to play. It shouldn't be, I mean, this is for my members only. So you had to pay to play. Okay, cool. You know, like bull crap. I love how Josh put it, to paraphrase, cutesy witches can cast death curses too. True. Divine says, your events are great and I love them. You do them right. Thank you, Divine. The only hobby I've been in that's been this intense was BJDs. Oh my God, right? She's talking about ball jointed dolls. Oh man, ball jointed dolls are serious. There was a diamond painting event I was interested in when I first started, but all the rules and the host attitudes about it turned me off, right? That event almost made me never do another diamond painting event, but then I found Mary Morales and all of you, and all was well. Good, good. Right now we have the whole tariff thing, so you're going to have some regional slowdowns. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. If you're not having fun, like that's the thing too. The expression is if you're having fun, then they'll have fun for the host. So have fun as a host. And if you're not having fun, maybe consider not hosting events if you don't like them, you know? Goodness. Okay. I've got my stickers on. Let's get some things at least kitted up before I did not do my stickers for my specials because those I'm going to put in a separate container with separate stuff. So these are just for the regular drills. So let me get these like see you. There we go. All right. Get those out the way. There we go. Yeah, among the sponsors. Yeah, so it would be limited by geography and politics, or whether or not that person is going to set up a US order or a Canada order or whatever. I went to pick up my first BJD from a local artist that had been purchasing at conventions for years. Thankfully, my friend drove me over because when I sat down with her to pick out some clothes and a wig and stuff, she casually pulled out a Glock. Oh my. All over BJD. Oh no. Oh no. That's too much. That's doing too much. That is doing way too much. Okay. Hopefully, I should just be able to cut these open and pour them out, and I don't deal with too much static, but I did not bring a static, like a fabric softener sheet to like pour them out onto first. So we'll just see how it goes. Oh, those are great. Okay. No static on that particular bag. That's good. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like, or I'm going to say it. There are some, not just content creators, but like event hosts that I feel like are getting high on their own supply because it like, I don't know. I don't care if you've run the same event for 7, 8 years, whatever. Like attitude is important and how you treat people in your event is important. Also, a question for the group. Okay. A question for the group. Let's say you're participating in an event, okay? And the prizes for that event are like given away, you assume at random. Now, I personally use a wheel and I do that on a live and I do it right out in front of everybody. You see that I'm not just like spinning the wheel and then picking who I want to have win. I pick them right there live for everybody to see. I do not like the idea of either A, not showing the process by which you pick winners, or B, pre-recording your winners that are on the wheel because I don't know, or whatever means you're using, random number generator, whatever, because you could have spun that wheel 65 times to get to the winner that you wanted. That's weird to me. So question for the group. When you see an event like that, where they are, the prize picking is done in like behind closed doors, are you then at that point only participating like just to be a part of the event and have fun? Or are you like weirded out by the idea that these like the host is picking behind closed doors, especially when you get like repeat winners in those instances. I don't know. It feels skeevy. It feels skeevy to me. Hi, Mandy Lynn. Welcome, welcome. We aren't always talking about drugs and glass. Right. Oh, welcome new to the channel, Mandy. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we don't usually talk about drugs and blocks. In fact, I'm very anti-drugs. I've been sober for 7 years. So no, drugs are not usually one of our topics. People want to see. Right. The people want to see. It's just real shady. Tabitha says, I want to see the spinning live. I don't feel comfortable when it's behind closed doors. Depends on how much I trust the host. Yeah, I mean, sure, it does depend on the host, but okay. Can I be honest with you? And I'm going to bring it back to Naomi as an addict versus Naomi now. I could be just as manipulative now as I was when I was using. That being said, my management skills and manipulation skills when I was using were on point. You would have never guessed. I was so high functioning. You never would have guessed that not only was I on these medications and well beyond what was being prescribed, but also other illegal activities that may or may not have been taking place, or lies that were being told, or manipulations that were being done in the guise that you would think that I was a trustworthy or good and kind person, because I was still a good and kind person, right? And I was still good and kind to everybody for the most part, but then being sneaky and manipulative and lying or whatever behind closed doors. Yeah, you might think you know somebody, but you don't ultimately know everybody. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think it should be done out in the open for everybody. How hard is it to do a quick live stream where literally you just spin the wheel and draw the prizes? You don't even have to talk about anything else. If you could do it in a video, why can't you do it live? I guess is where I'm at with that. I don't know. Keep in mind, we think we're good at hiding it, but the people closest to us know. Trust me, they know. Noelle, I will tell you, the only person who knew what was going on, legitimately, the only person who knew what was going on were people that I expressly told. My kids had no idea. My work had no idea. My friends had no idea. I was very high functioning, incredibly high functioning. And that's part of why it was so scary to me, I feel like, was because I was that high functioning. I should not have been able to function like that. Work still has no idea. Right. Meaning they know something's off? No. They didn't know something was off until they knew something was off. And that was other circumstances. I don't think I'm typical either. I really don't think I'm typical in a lot of ways. But, and Shelby, like I was talking about earlier, the pay to play on events drives me bananas. Not everybody can afford to get, specifically a licensed canvas from a specific company. When I did make something from a specific company, it was because it was indigenous. We had done an indigenous, First Nations paint along, and the place that we bought them from, directly they were being sold by a company that directly benefited First Nations and indigenous people. And the artwork specifically was made by Indigenous and First Nations people. Otherwise, I've never required anybody to buy from a specific company. And I try, except for Mary Morales, I understand currently you can only get Margaret from Diamond Art Club, but there are diamonds out there floating around, I could have kept going. Right, right. Scary stuff. Scary stuff. More that I know, I could have gotten away with it until it put me in the ground if I hadn't asked for help. Yes, yes. And I echo what you're saying, and I talk about it all the time on my channel. Like, if you need help, please go get help or ask for help. I'm a very judgment-free place where if you need to talk to somebody about, even the fear of relapse, I'm around. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we talk about sobriety, I think, more than we talk about using. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. So as much as I'd like to make a video about like how to run a successful event, how to reach out to sponsors, that sort of thing, I'm not out here to hand people. What's the expression? Never throw pearls before swine. And I'm not saying that like all the other content creators or hosts are swine or pigs. But I'm not saying that all of them are owed my specific like knowledge and experience from running events. You know what I mean? Oftentimes also because people might look at that and think that that's like me thinking I'm somehow better than these other people. And I don't think I'm better than anybody, period. End of sentence. I don't think that I'm better than anybody. Yes, we got lots of sober people. But yeah, I don't know, man. So as much as I'd love to do some sort of a video helping people out, oftentimes they don't want the help and they think they're doing a great job all by themselves. It's like, meh. Okay. That's the other reason why I don't have co-hosts or why I don't look for co-hosts or why I don't join in events also. I feel like if I joined an event, this is going to sound really bad and I don't mean it to, but I've talked about it before. I am very much a type A person, right? And I have control issues, massive control issues. Okay. I have a very hard time just sitting back and watching somebody fail. And so I think well-intentioned, I would join an event. I would see that the host was having difficulty. I would make maybe some very friendly, kindly suggestions that either A, they would take massive offense to, or B, they would be like, that's a great idea. What other ideas do you have? And then I would find myself running their event, whether they meant for me to or not. And so, yeah, it's just good that I just stick to doing my own events and not actually participating, because I would probably piss somebody off really righteously. Feel like I've had enough of you. Oh man. I think any of the people watching would just ask you if they want help. It's true. I've had people like reach out randomly about sobriety to me before, not just like in a, hey, I'm also sober, capacity, but people who are like, hey, how do you know when it might be time to quit your current job because it's getting close to affecting my sobriety? Like those sorts of questions. I get asked those questions all the time and I don't mind them. I saw a thing about Leos, SAGs, and CAPs, and it said, okay, your idea sucks. Let me tell you how to do it. Facts, literally facts. And Virgos, there is a reason we are called Sagittarists, okay? I'm not lying. There is a whole ass reason why we are Sagittarists. It's because we just don't know how to let anything be what it is ever. It's like that idea of like, I can make him better. Yeah, sure. I'll try. I will definitely try until I fail so hard that I don't have friends anymore. Been there. I can fix him. No, you can't, girl. No, you can't. Just go sit down. Leo, Sun, Virgo rising. Ooh, that's rough. Naomi, you should do a video where you try to guess our signs based on what you know about. Oh my God. Now with some people that's not fair because I do know some people's signs, but I think what I would need to do is like have people maybe list off their specific most prized, I don't know, traits about themselves, and then maybe I can guess along with what I already know about people. That could be fun. I could fail. I could fail miserably, sure. Why not? I'm really good. I'm really, really good at talking to somebody for a period of time, learning about them and telling them what their Hogwarts house is. I am almost a sorting hat all by myself. And okay, so this is going to sound really nerdy, but it's on topic, okay? I used to be in this particular forum where it was an RPG and we were role playing basically that we were at a Hogwarts school of witchcraft and wizardry. But it wasn't Hogwarts specifically because it was an RPG, so it was like fanfic kind of, but I was a professor in this forum, and I actually, like, people went to actual classes. I taught divination, obviously. I taught divination, and I would give people actual homework on tea leaf reading and palm reading and astronomy, astrology, astronomy as it relates to astrology, things like that, right? I was a professor in this particular forum, and I did an entire piece and an assignment on how your zodiac sign correlates with what house you are sorted into. And honestly, there is a correlation. It's odd between what specific house you are in and what your zodiac sign is. It's weird, but it's true. Maybe a better challenge is to guess oh my God, your Chinese zodiacs? Good Lord. Please sort all of us in Discord. Yes. Better be Gryffindor. I'll put a sorting hat stub on the Discord, and then I'll just be like the sorting hat, and then you give me your name, like just say I want to be sorted, and then I'll try to sort you. I'll even put up a specific tag so that I can add that as like one of your tags, your roles or whatever. You'll also be you'll be one of the people who's either a moderator or a level 1, 2, or 3, depending on how long you've been in the Discord. But then I'll also give you a tag for Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Slytherin, and Ravenclaw. I think that could be fun. You be down? Okay. All right. I'll have to remind me to do this because I won't remember to do this immediately, but I'll work on that. I'll work on that. But it won't be like it's not going to be an app that's going to do it. I'm going to sort you into your Hogwarts house. Okay, but some of the notable correlations between houses and zodiac signs. Sagittarius is an insane amount of time are Slytherin. I think it's the ambition. I think it's the ambition that is just very much who a Sagittarius is. Aries tend to be Gryffindor. It's almost like across the board. Virgos, Scorpios, and Capricorns tend to be Ravenclaw. I don't know. It's crazy. Like the correlation. And if I could find all of my like literal research going through and polling all of the people who were already sorted by either Pottermore or whatever, and then asking them their sign, putting them all into a spreadsheet and figuring out like how many people were this. It was crazy. It was crazy. Gryffindorks. Yes. Should rename the houses to something specific to the server. Oh, okay. Love it. Gryffindorks. Hufflebangs. Yeah, that checks out. House Ravenclaw for the win. See, it's crazy. It's crazy. Gary, I would absolutely put you in Ravenclaw. And the reason being, you're a tinkerer. You like to tinker with things. In fact, Ravenclaw's main phrase, like, is "wit beyond measure is man's greatest treasure." Okay, first of all, can you tell this is one of my special interests? Like, gross. I'm such a dork. Secondly, you're very witty. You're very tinkery. Like, you like to get to the bottom of things. Ravenclaw is absolutely the house that you belong in. Libras tend to be Hufflepuffs. Leos are almost always Gryffindors. Sorry, Gryffindors. Leos, you are Gryffindor. And I mean, like, it's not even because of the lion thing. Like, that just happens to be the house crest. But Leos are brave for no good reason. You know what I mean? Like, they're mouthy for no good reason. Also see Gary and Hufflepuff. You haven't spent enough time talking to Gary, like talking to Gary. You would not probably say that after having a conversation with him for a couple times. Although he does like to hang out by the kitchen. My husband is a Gemini, and he was told he was Gryffindor. No. See, Geminis, because of the fact that Gemini is, I'm going to go ahead and say it, they're two-faced MFs, real two-faced. Gemini really could end up being one of those like weird hybrids, but I feel like Geminis, they swing either Gryffindor or Slytherin. They don't like that. This is what they do. They're either like they're like, okay, in D&D, they would be either lawful good or lawful evil, but a Gemini is going to tend toward the lawful because they're going to look at the rules and see the rules as either impenetrable, like Slytherin. Slytherins tend to have a sense of justice, but it is their specific type of justice, right? Whereas a Gryffindor, they are all about things being right and equal and kind and yada yada. So Geminis, they are almost like a Slitherdor or a Griffininn. You know what I mean? Grifferin. They tend to be one or the other pretty like staunchly at any given moment. I'm too chicken to be Gryffindor. That's also not true. Look at Neville Longbottom. Everybody thought that he was a coward, right? And he really could have been, air quote, the boy who lived. Like he almost was Harry. It was just because Voldemort picked Harry and not Neville. So that's not true. It doesn't always have to be bravery of a specific kind, like that like almost chauvinistic bravery. It doesn't have to be that. As an exception to what? I'm a Gemini and I've been told I'm Hufflepuff. See, now here's what, like, just having spoken to you, Alice, and like getting to know you over time, I could see how someone would sort you as a Hufflepuff. I disagree, however, because I think that your sense of justice is very high. And so maybe you're like a Huffledore or a Griffinpuff, but I don't see you as a full Hufflepuff. I really don't. Your sense of justice and right is way, way, way too like elevated. I could literally talk about this shit for hours. It's pretty gross. Like, cause I know way too much about like Harry Potter and Harry Potter houses and all of that sort of stuff. And then add to that all of the stuff about astrology is, yeah, I could really like bore you to pieces about this stuff for a really long time. It's fun to view Slytherin as not always pure evil. It isn't. It is not. I am not evil. I am not evil. My problem, though, is that I am very ambitious to a fault when I see something as my sense of justice, not like the world's sense of justice, but my particular set of rules on justice, then I'm very set in those ways. I'm also very open-minded, but I'm very ambitious. It's the ambition for me. Like I can't help it. If I want to do something, I'm going to do it, and you're not going to tell me I'm not going to do it. You know? Also, I sometimes look at people who are like show-offs and roll my eyes and just like let them basically Darwin themselves out of the food chain. But Slytherins are not evil. Are there Slytherins who have been evil? Yes. But not all Slytherins are evil. There's just as many bad Gryffindors as there are Slytherins. They don't talk about them as openly in the book series, but they exist. They're out there. I'm a Ravenclaw that would probably date a Slytherin. Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, like seriously, this is one of my special interests, enough that I was like, I made it people's problems to do my homework on a Hogwarts like RPG forum. They had fun though. They really enjoyed my classes. Like they actually learned something, which I think is what they liked about it was, they actually did learn something from my classes. It wasn't just like for show. Anyway, it's good stuff. Very good stuff. Ooh. Drop some drills. The static isn't too bad on these, which is good, but it's like just the little ittiest bit of static in the bag itself, and then like I try to get them out and then they jump around. But otherwise they're not too bad. This could be a lot worse, a whole lot worse. The lore can be the best part. Yeah, heck yeah. Absolutely. Oh my God, I lost like 10 or 15 people. They were like, I'm done listening to you go on about Hogwarts houses. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. Run away, people, run away. Actually, we're getting close to the end of the live stream, and I will be headed over to Discord. Now, don't worry. I'm not going to sit and bore you with all of the Hogwarts stuff in Discord, though I will. Like I said, I'll start a sub in there, and we'll, if you want me to sort you, then I will try to sort you based on what I know about you. If I get it wrong, you can feel free to tell me I've gotten it wrong. But I'll do my best based on what I know about you. If we've never spoken, it might be a little tough. So if we've never even had any kind of a back and forth, it might be a little tough, but yeah. All right, let me put this last one of this bag in here, and then I will pop off for the night. I'm going to get off of the live stream for the evening, and then I will be going over to Discord. If you are not yet part of the Discord, you can join us. Just let me know that you need a link or whatevs. Someday I'll join the big boy chat. Yeah, once you're in Discord for 3 months, then you can come into the Discord after dark. I just like to get to know people on the regular part of Discord first. See how you'd fit. See if you'd be a good or a bad fit. But once you've hit 3 months, you're welcome to join us in Discord after dark. I actually just upgraded some people. So if you weren't before and you've been there for 3 months, check in. You might already be upgraded. Close? Ooh, all right. What house do I think Tabitha would be? Oh, based on what I know about her, she's either going to be a Gryffindor or a Hufflepuff. Yes. Then you can chat houses all you want. I'll listen rapidly. Awesome. All right, guys. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to finish kitting this up tonight and hopefully get it started. I don't know, sometime in the near future. We'll work on it maybe for some live streams, but I'm going to get out of here and get some things done, etc. I hope that I see you in Discord. If not, I'll be back on live stream on Tuesday and then again next Saturday. But other than that, guys, I got nothing for you. As ever, I hope that wherever you are in this great, big, wide, wonderful world, that you are having a beautiful morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Have a good weekend.